What is up, you guys? Pizza Carlo here, and today we're going to talk about Apple stock. I made a video 2 weeks ago, you can see it right here, that says Apple $140 by January, and I talked about how Apple was breaking out, about how I was taking a call position on it, and I actually ended up selling that call position and making a pretty profit, but I did end up re-entering a couple of days ago, and I want to go over some long-term news for Apple because there is some big news coming out about their Apple Fitness program. And I do want to talk about some news that broke about their iPhone sales because, well, we'll just talk about it right now, but they are expecting a 30% year over year for the first half of 2021 iPhone sales growth, which is huge. 30% is a really, really big number when it comes to iPhone growth sales, because one of the big things, if you're somebody who has been investing or watching Apple for a long time, is that they have really been moving away from selling a ton of iPhones year over year and growing the iPhone business model and moving more towards a service and wearables business, because iPhone growth just kind of have stagnated. Every single one of us probably has an iPhone or a smartphone in general, and we really don't need to upgrade these things as much as we used to. Like in 2008 and 2007, upgrading was a thing. Every single year, or at least every single 2 years, you got a new phone. But now they're making these phones so great that you really don't need to upgrade every single year, every couple years. So companies like Apple still have to make money. How are they going to do that? Through services and wearables, which they've just been doing an amazing job at. And so really, let's go through this first, and then we're going to talk about why I saw this coming from a technical standpoint and how technicals and fundamentals really kind of work with each other. But let's just get started. Let me zoom in a little bit. Apple shares gain on report of iPhone manufacturing increase. Gee, look at all these ads. Come on, guys. I understand you got to get paid, but I'm shooting a video here. Apple could instruct its supply chain to produce as many as 230 million phones next year. Japan's Nikkei reported Tuesday a nearly 20% increase from pre-Roni levels, and actually saw 30%, which we'll talk about here. Apple shares edged higher Tuesday following the report that the tech giant is planning a significant increase in iPhone manufacturing to meet an anticipated surge in demand in 2021. Japan's Nikkei business newspaper said that Apple has instructed suppliers to produce around 230 million handsets next year, a 30% increase from the pre-Roni levels, and keeping on pace in 2019 with around 96 million slated for the first half of the year. So that is amazing news for Apple. Like we said before, the fact that they could continue to start to grow these iPhone sales once again would be huge for their business model, because they've pivoted the business to be a service and wearables industry and business. And then if they can continue to do that, execute on that, continue to make great products. I think they just came out with the Apple AirPods, I think Pro, like the big ones. They look a little ridiculous, but if they can continue to do all the amazing things that they're doing there, and then on top of that, actually continue to grow iPhone sales, that would be huge for them. They also released Apple Fitness, which is going to be $10 a month. Essentially, all of these big tech companies are coming out with their own versions of at-home fitness, because we have Apple Fitness, you have Roku has like their partnership with Peloton. Peloton has their own fitness, which is not just the bikes and the treadmills, but an actual subscription service. You have Lululemon just bought that Mirror fitness company. So a lot of these companies are focusing on at-home fitness, because it seems from what they've been polling a lot of people that a lot of people don't plan to go back to the gym. Like even after the Roni, unless you're like a diehard gym goer like myself, you'd probably rather spend $10 a month. If you use it, you use it. If you don't use it, you don't use it. That's the cool thing about $10 a month. It doesn't really matter, but they still get paid. And this will, be your new fitness. So, and the cool thing is it's going to integrate really well with the phone and with your application. So essentially, this is a new fitness experience for everybody, powered by Apple Watch. You get your first month free. It's $9 a month or $79 a year. And then when you buy an Apple Watch, you're going to get 3 months for free. Now, the thing is, like, I have used the Apple Watch before. I love to work out, and it's actually really good. I found in a lot of the studies and a lot of the videos and stuff I've watched and articles I've read, it's pretty accurate versus something like a Whoop bracelet, which is another big one within the industry. And it's pretty accurate. I think that overall, what they're doing with the Apple Watch is great. What they're doing with this fitness is great. They're going to have yoga classes, strength classes, treadmill, cycling, rowing, dancing, literally hit, mindful cool downs, everything. So they're kind of just going straight for the competition with somebody like Roku. But the difference, I mean, like Peloton, but the difference is that they have their watch to integrate with it. So I think overall, it's a really good idea. And even for somebody like myself, like I might get this. I really like the Apple Watch, but being able to see all of your statistics on one screen, how many calories you're burning, even though it's not that accurate, I think it's really good for them. So not only are we seeing Apple's continuing to do really well on the iPhone side, but we're seeing more and more continued growth in the future from Apple, which is what we want to see. When these tech giants get to become this big, it's really hard to see the outlook of growth. How is this company going to grow? And this is just another notch in the tool belt for Apple. Now I'm going to actually look at the chart and how I saw this move coming. And I kind of talked to my Academy students today on overall, like, how you can't anticipate the market. You can't well, let's talk about this really quick, because I am a long-term investor, but I am also a trader. And there are a lot of people out there who are saying, you can't time the market. You can't say, this stock is going to move just by looking at these charts. And I'm here to tell you, you can, but you can't time it down to an exact science. You can't say like Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. Apple's going to pop 2%. I can tell by reading the charts. That's not true. That's not real. That's not how trading and investing works. But you can see a lot of fundamental things starting to happen around technicals, because what you have to realize is small traders like us, right? We don't move the market. It's the whales, it's the big guys. They're the ones who move the market. And you can see here that this is what I was watching on Apple, and this is what I was sharing with you guys a couple of weeks ago, because I wanted to start sharing some swing trading ideas and some setups and stuff with you guys on this main channel, because I do it on my side channel, but on my main channel, just to kind of show you guys what I'm trading, what I'm looking at, and why I'm looking at it. To potentially, if you are interested in trading or swing trading, to get you into that, but also just to see how I correlate technicals and fundamentals together. And you can see here we had a really strong bullish pennant forming here. So essentially it's showing indecision, and usually we get a continuation pattern. So as Apple had this huge run up, we started to see a lot of slowing. We started to see lower highs, but we did see higher lows, which is showing that there's not a ton of bulls running into this. There's also not a ton of bears selling this off and shorting the crap out of it. So we start to get this squeeze here, and then we get what's called your apex, or essentially think of it like the head of a pimple, where we finally are at this make or break point where like bulls need to come in, start buying this up, or the bears are going to have to start shorting it and bulls are going to have to start getting out, and then we're going to end up getting a sell-off. We had a really nice bounce, and last week we had almost a 7% move, and that's the big trade that I took before finally consolidating, where Apple took a fade back. We held support here at $120, and then we took a big push up of about 5% from lows of yesterday until today. Now, we did break major resistance here at about $125. So as long as we can hold $125 today, which we are doing so, I can still see Apple moving up about another 10% in the next 6 weeks, potentially 12 weeks, because that's the thing. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to move up 2 days from now, but within the next 6 to 12 weeks, I for sure see about another 10% move coming. So I will probably re-enter that position. The other thing too is if we look at the flow, if you look at black box at the bottom left side of your screen, which I'll make bigger for you guys right here, you can see that we have a lot of call buying coming in, and this is big money. This is not people who are going in with like a couple $100 or maybe a couple thousand. These people are going in with 80,000, 100,000, 200,000. Like there is a lot of orders coming in pretty consistently for about $115, 2021, $135 calls. Which, since they're a couple months away, what that's showing you is that they expect continued movement. If we just saw a lot of calls coming in for today and tomorrow and next week, then you would expect just a couple of quick little day trades. The other thing you can see is this dark pool movement. So we have almost $340 million in dark pools that came in today. If you don't know what dark pools are, check out the video I made. I'll put, just go on my channel. It's like one of the last couple videos I made on dark pools. So that's huge. $340 million, almost 500, I mean, almost $400 million coming in, which is really, really big. And so overall, Apple is looking extremely bullish. If I'm a long-term investor, I'm extremely happy with the news that came out today. If I'm a trader, I'm extremely happy with the news that came out today. So overall, let me know what you guys think. Are you in Apple? Are you trading Apple? What do you think about this news that broke today? How do you think their growth in 2021 is going to be? I'd love to hear from you guys. So let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you're doing. And until next time, guys, have a good night. Peace.